I've literally have 40 to 50 pieces of content going out per day for the brand. Completely automated, completely on autopilot, literally don't have to do anything. Automation does it all. Compared to the possibilities of what I'm about to show you, we're talking about game changing, right? We're talking about a whole, Mo, why didn't you create this sooner? All right, so today we're going to be going over growing your brand. The reason why I want to talk about branding is because I'm a chess player, right? I like to think of the future a little bit on how I do anything, right? Hence why we were talking about tasks earlier and priorities and so forth. I think it's really important to always be working towards the future. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people prioritize in the moment, we call it work, over what needs to be done over the long term. Hence why we got a lot of 9 to 5ers who come home from work, right? And they don't go work and do a side hustle or go learn something. They just get on TV, they get lazy, right? They go watch Netflix, sit down, eat dinner, right? And they're done for the day, right? That's typical 9 to 5er, right? A typical person. They're not thinking of the future. They're not thinking about getting out of the rat race. Well, we're entrepreneurs, right? And so we want to be business people. We want to be real estate investors. We want to be entrepreneurs. Well, in order to do that, well, we have to be thinking of the future. Okay. And one of those things is building your brand. Now, nobody says you have to blow up your brand tomorrow, right? But here's the thing, a lot of you guys are already attending Zooms, meetings, one-on-ones, you're networking, you're creating content, whatever your thing is, right? Like right now, I'm recording. Well, you also, when you speak in here, you can also take your own content out of it, whatever it may be. And that goes for every single Zoom, any type of meeting, whatever. If you're hosting your own, that's easy. Maybe you are a content creator already and you have a little side camera next to you, whatever you're creating content. Maybe that's not your strategy at all. Maybe your strategy is blogging for all I care, right? You like to write more, maybe it's tweets like Elon Musk, right? Something is better than nothing. Okay. Now, I want to talk about a few benefits to, or of growing a brand, right? Credibility is one. Why do you think we have websites, right? Every single one of you guys, especially those that are using Built, right, have a website, right? That website is, not just meant for A2P compliance, for Twilio. It's also meant for credibility, right? When a seller or an agent asks you, hey, Mo, give me your website, right? How do I know you're legit? Well, that's part of your brand, right? And I know a lot of you guys don't think that way. You're like, oh man, I need to build a website because Twilio needs it. Well, you're also doing some other things. There's other benefits to that. And again, a lot of you guys have that basic template website, whether you got it from Carrot, whether you got it from um, you know, uh, GoDaddy's templates, whatever, right? You built your own on Square. Maybe you took your own initiative to build your own website. That's cool, right? Or maybe you're just using one because you have to, right? For whatever reason. Again, it gives you that credibility. So another benefit is, a competitive advantage, right? When we talk brand, let's just say we put one person, we'll call him A, the other person B. Well, if both of you guys are trying to buy this house from the seller, they're most likely going to look you up, right? And look at the pace card. Hey, go look at me. I'm on A&E, station. I'm on this channel. I have this many subscribers, right? Does that not build credibility when buying that house? Of course it does, right? But it also gives you that competitive edge against party B, right? Let's say you're party A. Okay. And so that's something that's really, really important. And again, a lot of you guys don't think about that in the beginning, right? Because it's like, I'm just trying to get my first deal. Well, guess what? Well, does that not help you get your first deal? And nobody said you have to go start creating content right now. That's not what it's about. It's about slowly but surely you're already doing the things. Well, there's a thing, and I don't know who said this, um, but don't try to create content. No, just record your life, right? Record whatever you got going on and document, I think was the right word. Just document your life, and that's content alone, right? That's your brand alone, right? Um, but yeah, another benefit is going to be inbound leads or deals. You know how Pace says it all the time, and you probably heard me say it a few times too. Where I just get people who DM me deals. Is that not an advantage? Now, maybe it's because I got close to 3,000 followers, right? Just on Facebook alone. Has nothing to do with my other brands, right? But it also could be because I slowly built that up, right? Because like those of you guys who know me last year, right? I had 300 Facebook friends, and now I have 10 times that, right? And be like, but Mo, you're building a brand, a business built, right? You have a CRM, okay, and real estate business investing versus software, still business. They're both businesses. So what's the difference? One just requires more online presence? No, they both should have a strong online presence because you can always reference yourself as a success, right? For that competitive advantage, right? So you can get those inbound leads, right? Those inbound deals. And I'm assuming right now, like I don't know, you tell me, Carson, right? Do you not have people coming to you now to dispo deals because of how much your brand has grown just in the last couple months, right? Yeah. So I mean that's just how it is, right? Another thing is lower acquisition cost. So again, the larger your brand is, the more inbound you get, which means you didn't spend a dime to acquire that deal, right? And then let's say you are spending money on acquisition, like other sources, whether you're doing direct to seller, direct to agent, cold calling, SMS, email, LOI blasting, whatever it may be, right? Those things are costing you money, whatever it may be, because you're trying to acquire a deal. You're trying to get a customer, whether it's a wholesaler to dispo a deal, whether it's a seller or an agent to acquire a deal. I don't care, whatever it is, right? Whatever your business is, it doesn't really matter. It lowers your acquisition cost. Okay. Um, which in turn, automatically gives you a higher conversion rate, right? Higher conversion rate means, oh, I talked to 100 people. And if I was just doing cold outreach, like LOI blasting, right? Easy LOI, built 2.0, whatever your strategy is, well, you still had to work, right? X amount of people to get a deal. And let's say your metrics are 10% to convert. 10% of every lead you work on, you close. But an inbound lead comes in, an inbound deal comes in because of your brand, and that's 50%. Does that not skew your overall conversion rate of your deal acquisitions? It does. Right. And so, like, these are simple things that we don't pay attention to. Right. Another thing is omnipresence. I don't think I have to speak too much about that, but you're everywhere, no matter what. And there are ways for that, repurposing your content and so forth. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But the next thing leads to stronger partnerships, whether it's JVing, actual partnerships, whatever it may be, talent attraction, right? Acquisition, whatever you want to call it. You can get people to work on your team or hire them because you're already out there easier. Do you know how hard it is to go make a post on Indeed and ask for an employee, whatever employee it is, and then get on so many interviews because you're trying to force someone to work for you versus someone just goes and calls you up, hey Mo, you got a spot? I can do XYZ. Again, you got to spend money on that on the Indeed, right? You got to spend money on talent acquisition, right? That costs money, and this is now considered free. And again, like the stronger partnerships, right? People know you. You don't have to explain yourself anymore. You don't have to sit down on an hour, 2 hour meeting and be like, this is what I can do. What can you do? And all this other stuff. Like you just know what that person does. He's doing it on daily. He's documenting his life. So again, like it's easier to know somebody that way. And then the last thing I have is like paving the way for future growth and opportunities, right? As a benefit. Um, right now, you guys might be in real estate, specifically wholesaling, let's say. Later on down the line, you're doing more actual deal acquisition for yourself for your portfolio. Then maybe you get into like a smaller multifamily, right? Then you get into building a skyscraper. Don't you need a big brand to do that? You can't just be a no one and build a skyscraper, right? You need a shit ton of money. Well, how do you get money? Your reputation, your credibility, your brand, right? People who know you, partnerships. All this comes from your brand. Like I could probably make one post right now and be like, "Hey guys, I need $1 million for XYZ deal that I'm doing. You want in?" So who in here is already creating content, attending Zooms, attending meetings, doing one-on-ones, networking? Pretty much everyone. Well, why are you not documenting your journey? Why you're not repurposing your content? Is it time, availability? You don't have the people to do it for you. You don't know how to do it, or maybe you're just, plain out lazy. I mean, that's what it's probably going to be, right? It's going to drill down to some of those points. Either you don't know how to do it, you don't have the time or availability, you don't know how, whatever, or you're just lazy, you don't want to learn how to do it. Or you can't hire somebody, whatever. Maybe it's money. I've been down the line of hiring people to do my content, repurpose it into whatever. It costs money, don't get me wrong, right? Some of it's good, some of it's not. They're never going to get you and what you truly want out of your content. But you pay for what you get. You paid somebody $300, $500, $1,000. It's going to be different than when you pay somebody $50,000, right, to produce all your content. So it's like you pay for the value, right, at the end of the day. And a lot of us don't have the extra money to do that, but there are still ways you can automate that. One of the things I wanted to bring into Built, and this is probably going to be sometime in the future, right? Um, but is a tool that'll allow you to do it. Though some of you guys have already know that I've been building what I call Built Content Engine, right? Since way back in August. Okay, I think I did another social media Zoom back then or branding Zoom back then. It's been what, 6 months, right? Uh, Time flies. But I did a Zoom back then, and we pretty much talked about the same things here. Maybe I've been a little bit elaborative today. The difference is now I'm at a spot where back then I talked about it, and I was only doing, let's say, 1%. But now I am probably doing closer to the 100%. Okay. And this just, I just want to tell you guys, right? Like, you guys probably saw even back then, or maybe those who've known me last year or 2 years ago, whatever it may be, I still had content. It's not like I had zero. The difference is now I have some content. I've now taken that. And if you guys know what's going on with Built, I've literally have 40 to 50 pieces of content going out per day for the brand. Completely automated, completely on autopilot, literally don't have to do anything. Automation does it all. And I know a lot of you guys are like, well, how the hell are you doing that? I want to know. I want to know what it is. Don't get me wrong. I'll show you guys a brief little thing in a few minutes, right? But I'm not selling this, right? I don't even know if I'll even launch it. But I do know one thing. Every single Zoom, every single live that you guys attend, I'm always talking about one thing: automation. Automate your life, right? Make your life easier. With automation, you build it once, right? And everything else just, is easier after that. One less thing to worry about, whether it's deal acquisitions using Built 2.0 or Easy LOI, right? Or it's, you know, I don't know, a tool, an AI software that literally checks your email and marks it as read or replies or does whatever, right? Like it books an appointment, it does all those things for you. Like it's the simplest automations. You never have to worry about that little task ever again. But my goal here again for with Built is to take the bigger problems that we have and make them more automated, right? Because why not, right? I could build little tools here and there for you guys and be like, oh yeah, this will help your email, right? This will do this, this will do Y, this will do Z, right? And here's all these little tools, right? These little AI tools that are already built out that automate your life, but it's not significant, right? It's not as big as 2.0, you know, it's not as big as built content engine that I'm building right now. These are something that are massive, right? That took months and months and months to build. I could literally build an AI software in 30 minutes right now, sitting down. And if you guys want me to hold a Zoom and show you guys how to do that, I can. It's literally that easy. But verifying that it works, that it does what you want, tweaking it, you know, and so forth along the way is to get it where you really want to do it, where it's completely automated out of your hands and you never have to touch it ever again. Right. That's what takes the time. Right. But you can literally build an automation right now. Anybody can build an automation. You can build an automation through, you know, high level services, right? In the workflows. If you don't have that, you can use Zapier, you can use Make, you can do whatever you want. But going back to the branding, right? What I did was I automated my branding. Okay. Um, and like I said, like we're talking about 40 pieces of content being posted per day. Now, granted, some of it's similar, just posted on different social media channels, auto posting as well, without the need of a human being, right? Sure. Do I need to go in there and be like, oh, let me proofread this text before it actually gets published on the internet? Yeah, right. It is still 5% incorrect. You know, maybe it says the wrong word. You know, it's not perfect, but compared to what we're doing now, zero, right? Or maybe 1%, 10%, compared to the possibilities of what I'm about to show you. We're talking about game changing, right? We're talking about a whole, Mo, why didn't you create this sooner? Right? Like that's just the thing. I didn't know until I built it. Like I didn't know what I wanted. You guys don't know what you guys want. We're all in the same spot. The difference is again, some of you guys focus on the now, and I'm one of those people that focus on the future. I don't need to make money now, right? I'm looking at how can I make money in the future, right? And I get it. Not everybody's in that same scenario, but a lot of you guys aren't even putting 8 hours a day that you would do in a job into your own business. But that's a personal problem, right? We're not here to talk about that today. That's a mindset Zoom. What I'm going to show you guys something very brief, right? I'm not going to go into automation. I'm going to show you what it has produced. So you can be like, Mo, like, well, I wish I could do that, right? But the reality is you could build it too. Okay. Um, again, is it perfect? No. Is the content what I would love it to be? Maybe, maybe not. Whatever. But let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and show this real quick, and you guys tell me what you understand from this. So I think this is the screen. So right now, this is my calendar for the upcoming month, only specifically for social media. It has nothing to do with my meetings, my branding, my whatever, right? My one-on-ones. This is literally just content. And so actually, let me expand this for a second so you can see more. The ones in green are already published. The ones in blue are waiting to be published. Okay. And again, content's already produced all the way until the 4th of next month, right? Um, but basically, you can see here the kind of content that is being pushed out right now. You have tweets and threads, right? You have text and image posts. You have tweets and threads again going out. So those I have them going out 4 times a day. Different tweets, completely different tweets, because you can technically tweet 100 times a day. Why aren't you doing that? Carousel posts, if you don't know what that is, that's images stacked next to each other, right? Vertical video shorts. These are specifically for my social media channels, not built branding. Okay. Blog posts. Again, they get posted on our website. So if you go to built and you scroll all the way down to the bottom and you click to our blog, you'll see our blog here. It looks really cool. Right. And if you go into any one of these, some of the articles are short, fast. Are they perfect? I don't know, right? Like I proofread some of them I don't. Is it meant to be perfect? No. Is it meant so that you can get SEO on autopilot without you doing anything for your brand, right? You're getting SEO. You're already talking about it. Well, why not repurpose it? And then you have, of course, again, tweets again, another vertical shorts again, but this is more of built content. And just to kind of give you an idea, if I open this, what those look like, right? This is the one that was just posted today onto our YouTube channel. And again, I'm not going to go through the entire video. You can watch it on the YouTube channel or wherever it popped up on. Probably every channel. TikTok, IG Reels, Facebook Reels, Pinterest, YouTube Shorts, pretty much everything. And again, you have a text post, you have more tweets. And again, we could literally 10x this content. It just costs more money, right? You could literally 10x this content and don't really care, like it doesn't affect how you do business because the system just does it on autopilot. You're already doing the main content. You just have to throw it in here and it automatically reproduce. And again, like there's still stuff to be scheduled, right? There's still stuff that need to be approved. So it's like, oh, no one has the answers and that's okay. Okay, I like this post. So let's actually post it now, right? I want to post this right now. So I'm just going to approve it, right? And it's just going to go and publish. I don't even have to worry about anything, whether, going to another software, a third party, whatever it may be, right? I can just be like, bam, done, not worry about it. I sit down. I think I created this entire month right here that you see. This entire month in something literally took me 30 minutes. 30 minutes out of my day. But I'll tell you what the difference is, right? Again, a lot of us don't know what the capabilities are. Okay. And therefore they don't try to make something like this. And again, you're gonna be like, Mo, well, you're an integrator, you're crazy at this stuff, right? You're just good at this stuff. No, it's a passion I have to learn to automate my life, right? I didn't know how to build this out. This took me, right, granted, we were working on 2.0 in between, right? I mean, technically, if I had to say, I built this from February 1st. If we want to be real, I mean, you can see no content going out before then, So it's like, and you can see the days that I was testing in between, and then the days that I have full content going out. It's not perfect, and still, I'm gonna make it do more things over time. But what I really wanted to show you guys was not that Mo's doing something amazing and is creative and, oh, I wish I had that. No, what I want to explain to you guys is your brand, right? Your brand is not that hard, to repurpose your content to automatically post it on these platforms without you doing any work. Like that's what the real talk here is about. We're just overthinking it. Because here's the reality. You could use that. There's plenty of tools out there that might, I don't know, take your finished product and post it for you. Maybe not create the content. Maybe you might have to do that manually on ChatGPT. But you could build automations using Zapier or Make to integrate them and do something like this. You just have to have the mindset to be like, hey, well, I want to be better in my life. I want to not have to worry about a task. And it doesn't have to be this marketing strategy. It could be something else. It could be something else completely. You take the biggest task that you have on a day-to-day basis. For all I care, it's grocery shopping. And you make the same meals over and over again. And even if you don't, you have it on a spreadsheet where you just pick the meal and it automatically generates your grocery list based off of how you like it. You take that list and you go to Walmart or wherever you get your groceries from, Publix, and you buy your groceries. You don't have to sit down for an hour generating your grocery list. I know my wife still does that. But that's not wanting to automate, right? It takes so much out of your time to do that. But again, if you just think of every big thing that you do, and you're like, how can I automate that? But also at the same time, how can I use this as content for my brand and automate that portion? I know a lot of you guys like to use these summaries, fathoms. By the way, that gives you what, a transcription and a summary. That is content, guys. You see all the content over here that was created from a transcription of one of my lives that I do on a weekly basis. That's it. But you're using fathoms on everyone's lives, everyone's Zooms, right? Everyone's meetings. Take that and recreate it. Take that and reproduce your content. There's nothing AI cannot do right now for when it comes to content. You guys saw it created videos, AI videos. I can make it super realistic too. I prefer the cartoon. From voice to video, animated voice, 3D, whatever you want, text, it does it all, right? But here's the thing. I know this AI stuff just came out last year, year before. Maybe it's hidden years before that, right? No one really heard about it until ChatGPT came out. Like I know this stuff like is still new to everybody. But again, are you somebody that wants to grow and have a brand and have a business in the long term? You have to be using AI. You have to. There's no excuses about it. Either that or you hire somebody to manually do your content. And guess what? This system probably cost me $250 a month to run. You're going to hire a VA at $500 and they're going to produce you one piece of content a day. That's just the reality because people are expensive. AI is not.